working with Jack, that is what makes collaborations really powerful for me, or very valuable, is finding someone that will let me be kind of like this fountain that's just on. And Jack is really good at kind of being this filter or this catcher that like just takes all my ideas, and he's like, he distills it to this one thing, and I'm like, yes, okay, cool, that's good. You know,
That said, I've just been listening to the three tracks over this week that you've got out from. You've got the right idea. That's the name of it.
yeah, that's the name of the new
Yeah.
record. Yeah,
Which sounds great, and obviously inspired by Theo's last album. Like, let's do it all live, do all that kind of thing. You're not exactly slouching if you've got Theo on drums and stuff, and the rest of the band as well. Must
yeah,
have been an extremely good fun as a writer to see your stuff come alive with such a great bunch of musicians.
totally. And as a musician yourself, you can relate to this idea. I wanted to bring it back to, garage band basically, or like band in the living room growing up. I had all of these songs just voice memoed on my phone, of me on the piano in my house, kind of noodling through the tune. And then I bring it to Theo's ranch up in Michigan, and it's kind of like an adult summer camp. We're all just sleeping in the same house, waking up, making coffee, and then trying to get 2 to 3 songs in a day. And it starts with teaching the song to my friends, and hey guys, is this cool? And there was one tune that came out called As You Go, which was more of a, in my head, it was a train beat kind of folk song, like chukataka tukataka tuka, almost Zydeco maybe or something. And Theo just started kind of just playing a funk beat over it. And I was like, okay, like that's not how I heard it, but let's try that. And it became more of a band record. It's how I wanted to do it my whole life, because that's how the Beatles did it. It's now my favorite record for band in a room. What was, let's get the mic placement right. I mean, Nick Nagurka, who is Theo's right hand man and makes everything. I mean, all of his mic choices. There were moments where we were waiting for like 30, 45 minutes, and I was like, what's going on right now? Why aren't we playing the tune? And Nick's like, hang on, I got to fix something. And this is way over my head. I don't know much about sonic audio design stuff. And thank God we gave Nick this time to fix a mic placement and change a mic head or pre or something. And I'm like, okay, like it's just the perfect team, man. A dream team of people working together to make songs come to life.
Yeah, it sounds. The thing that's been bugging me is what's that bloody weird chord on the word worry?
Oh, cool. I'm not singing. That's a really cool question. I'm not singing a note in the chord. You don't need to worry about me. So you want to naturally sing the flat 7 of the D flat chord, but you don't sing that chord, but you play basically a D flat 7, F minor 7 to D flat 7, but you're not singing. You don't need to worry up. You're not singing the B. You sing the D. You stay on D flat. You don't need to worry about me. You just kind of stay in the major scale. Um,
It's a good place to put a trick like that on the word worry. Obviously.
I didn't even think
Well, that's
about that.
yeah. Well, is it? And that's a Beagle thing, right? Because
Mhm.
there's loads of those. They're masters of this stuff.
That thought that you just had, the double entendre almost of the meaning, is why I gravitated. This is gonna be a left turn, maybe. It's why I gravitated from the Beatles to good musical theater. When song becomes story, and then story kind of turns around and becomes song, it's this beautiful marriage that can have so many layers. And I think the Beatles were really good at that, and so is really good theater.
The Great American Songbook is my other great love as well. But I'm not a big fan of contemporary musicals as much. So
Hmm.
I find them too poppy, right? So as opposed to like Cold or something,
Totally.
which is who I think if you're not going to give Paul McCartney the best writer of the 20th century, you've got to give it to Cole.
I love that, man. That's a great take. Cole, and I mean Gershwin too. I mean Bernstein. I mean, all of these guys were doing things the right way in the world of musical theater. I agree with you. I think contemporary musical theater is trying to appeal to a wider audience. There's a way to do it. I think there is some contemporary musical theater that I do really love, but it's all about layering, man.
But you've just got your new album out, which comes out in
Oh, it's coming out You got the right idea. Will be out September 4th, full release. Yeah.
So this is your first one where you're like, you've done the album with some profile, right? So this means a lot to you, this album and everything.
Yeah.
So at what point were you comparing dicks with the Beatles as you know, going, this is what I could have gone further here or less? I mean, how does that influence you? You know, as a producer and performer and writer, when you've got such a prolific and successful artist fanboy mental relationship going on with the Beatles.
Do you mean now? Let me just clarify something. Do you mean like in terms of the recording process, or like?
No, I mean, you know, ultimately with the finished product. So, I mean,
Hmm.
I remember getting my first album copy, and I was looking at Revolver, going, yeah, fuck it. You know, it's like, you know, you have, you know, but you know, you've got a benchmark, you've got a yardstick,
Hmm.
you're measuring yourself by.
So what's so funny about Revolver and bringing that up, I will say this might not have everything to do with what you said, but it does have a lot to do with it. Um, Part of the part of the process of making this record, the easy part, the fun part was recording in the woods with my best friends. The hard part was, and then mixing it was challenging but awesome. Then it's like, how do I put this out? You know, do I go with a major label? Because there's a major label interested, but they can't put it out till 2026, and I don't want to wait that long. And there's all these things. It's like I want to strike now because I want to make another record next year. And the hardest part was artwork. And I was like, what looks cool? I don't know what looks cool. I have no idea. I think I know what sounds cool, but I just kept looking at Revolver, man. I just kept looking at both Revolver and Let It Be because of the simplicity of the album covers. So I was holding the vinyls up and I was like, how do I be the Beatles? Like my whole life, how do I be these heroes of mine? It brings to light this age old uh, crucible you face as an artist, which is, um, do I love them so much, enamored or jealous? Am I, it's this constant musicians or artists struggle, or maybe other walks of life and other occupations kind of pull the same feeling out of people. But I can only speak as an artist and a musician that like it's a challenge, but it's a beautiful fight, I guess.
I'm so looking forward to hearing the rest of the album because you've
Yeah.
done a whole
It's
team
quite
thing.
annoying to talk about Spotify, so they blank out the songs which have been released so far, and then the rest are just like title to come or something. It's like quite frustrating.
Well, there's a couple of crazy. There's a Lennon, a Plastic Ono band sounding tune coming out soon, and then it's a very Beatles influenced record. Also, obviously, everything is. So.
Yeah.
Jacob, been an absolute pleasure, and we look out for the rest of the album.
You guys are
Thank you very
amazing.
much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks. Great to meet you.